Yo, what's good, Pete? What's good, Pete? We back with another reaction video, man. This time I got my boy Tommy G, and we gonna be diving into the world of scammers and check fraud, bro. Now, the first 15 seconds had me rolling, but I know throughout the video, these motherfuckers gonna have me rolling, bro. Let me know what y'all think. Smash that like button. Punch that subscribe button. Show some love to your boy. You feel me? Man, we finna get right into it. We finna switch locations.
This is the Scam Mobile. Y'all ready to ride? Man, shout out America, man. I couldn't do this without y'all, man.
I can't do this without y'all, America.
We just show y'all what y'all could do if y'all want to get rich.
The couple's American dream quickly turned into a nightmare after wiring nearly $800,000. All of that money went to a scammer.
Who the hell wired $800,000? My man thought he was a private investigator. 800,000.
How many times a week would you say you punch a mail?
7 times a week, every day.
Every
Oh my
day.
God. Is that your fork or what is that for chicken?
12 people are facing more than 100 charges in a major credit fraud scheme.
University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
It's shocking video of thugs chasing a mail carrier. Why? It's believed they wanted the master key he carries that opens mailboxes for the entire neighborhood.
25 investigates exposing a check scam that can wipe out your bank account.
We're talking about scammers
Hey, devious.
who can clone any of our voices using artificial intelligence.
We are talking about $100,000 in forged checks.
Whether it's a scam call center from India, a billionaire's Ponzi scheme, a guy pretending to be a Nigerian prince, or a U.S. senator out trading hedge funds while employed on the taxpayer dime, the truth is people hate getting scammed. After all, there are entire YouTube channels
How many of y'all got scammed before?
dedicated to getting revenge on scammers. You see, scammers are people that leverage social engineering, also known as human hacking, to steal, manipulate, and exploit. They'll make their approach, get you to trust them, then before you know it, they'll disappear into thin air after they've extracted your bank account, social security, or other valuable information. Today, we dive into the world of fraud and scamming, and we uncover how some of the scams are happening right now. We'll cover the biggest scam that's ever occurred in U.S. history, and we'll talk to the scammers to see how they think and what motivates them. And by the end of this, we'll provide you with tips on how you can avoid getting scammed yourself. This is the world of scammers. Let's dive in. There are people out there looking to exploit your data for their own gain. With scammers like this out there lurking, it's a good idea to protect yourself. To guard against shenanigans
Where the fuck they at? An abandoned hotel?
like this, I use the sponsor of today's video, Delete Me, to help keep my footprint off the internet. What Delete Me does is they go after the data aggregators that are out there on the internet that are trying to sell your information. With nutcases out there trying to dox you and steal your bank information, you've got to take action. When you use my promo code of Tommy20, you get 20% off of your subscription. Because when it comes to your banking, where you live, your personal information, you gotta protect yourself. And now, back to the episode.
Minnesota.
Folks, today we're diving into the world of scamming. I don't know what the hell we're gonna get into.
That down there looked like Indianapolis, though. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably why it's called Minneapolis. I'm like, damn, is that downtown?
I'm excited, but apparently in the city of Minneapolis, scamming is a big business.
Minneapolis woman calls it emotional hacking.
Yeah,
Scammers
we
drained
don't really get that shit here.
$800,000 from her dad's bank
We got
account.
the little
LaSalle
scammers trying to
University
come up.
student
Hopefully
accused
they
of
don't make it big
stealing more
time.
than $500,000 in a credit card
Hopefully they
scam.
don't
Foster
make
was
it
doing
big
fake
time.
transactions, marking items
Shit,
up in price,
getting
then
all of this.
returning them for the original price while pocketing the difference
But we
in
got the
account
little
of her
starter
own.
packs
In
here.
fact, there are multiple RICO cases going on for fraud right now. A big scam that was pulled was the food share program. People pretended to be feeding the homeless and walked away with millions of dollars, and now they're getting RICO'd for that. A scammer is kind of like an illegal magician. They're pulling things out of thin air. There's illusion, deception, and before you know it or realize what they did, they're gone with the bag. Let's meet up with these guys and let's see what they're about.
Nah, hell no, Minneapolis down there dope. Shit, that shit look dope as hell.
boy.
Is that you?
Yeah, this me right here.
I'm in that rental car, that white car.
Alright, bet I'm finna walk over there.
Okay, okay, door's unlocked.
Bro, if I'm a cop, bro, and I see you in public dressed like that, bro, you just making yourself look obvious, my dog.
Yo, what's up, bro? I say, I just know how to exploit ways to get money.
He don't want you to see what color he is. You can't see the hand. You can't see nothing. Just making yourself obvious,
Punches,
though.
simple things. We go from getting food. We can go from gas. We can go from checks. We can go from transfers. Scam work. It's all different type of ways you can get into it.
So what got you into this world?
Alright, so look, it started when I was younger. It was this rapper, his name TJX6. So I was young,
TJX6.
I was just listening
It's
to
Punch
music,
Made Dev now.
What the is this dude doing? I started getting into it, digging in, and it started with cars. Listen to the music, he's talking a lot about cars and checks, really. When he was talking about that, I kind of picked up on some things, and over time, I just got smarter and smarter and figured everything out.
So what was the first play you ever made?
It was on Telegram. It was this African dude I met. And we was talking for a long time, and he told me something called, it's a certain type of check that you can order off a log can. Ship the check to a drop. I picked it up, put it in the ATM, 6,900 came. That was my first ever play. And ever since then, I've just been on it.
Has this ever put you in a risky situation?
Plenty of time. Pretty much scamming down here is pretty popular. I mean, in the city, everybody knows what's going on now. So if you find somebody that wants to do it, they know what they're signing up for. They know what comes behind it.
Are there rich scammers out there?
You can really get rich off scamming. That's real. It's common.
6-figure rich, 7-figure rich.
That's real.
Rather than judging these kids, I wanted to try and put myself in their shoes. Now, I know I'm overgeneralizing here, but here's a theory I'm working with. A lot of these kid scammers are from Gen Z, and this is the generation that saw their parents lose their house in the 08 mortgage crisis as the bank executives responsible got rewarded by multi-million-dollar bonuses, and the banks that fundamentally scammed the country got bailed out by the tax money of the very people they scammed. So essentially, these kids witnessed a financial system that openly didn't give a shit about them or their parents, so heck, why not pull a scam of their own? It kind of explains the sense of nihilism that we've seen creeping into this Gen Z
I don't think that's why they scamming though, bro. Let's be
generation. Whether you talk about scammers, the Kia boys, or just an overall sense of I don't give a because it seems like the world around them is crumbling.
Them boys can do that shit with the computer and shit like that. Them boys need to be IT. They can make it in the IT world, goddammit. Hackers, bro. There's jobs out there for that, bro.
Now, from a cultural standpoint, we've seen the rise of scam rappers, guys like Baby
Just
Tron,
keeping it real.
TJ6, and Punch Made Dev, and these are guys who look effortlessly cool, ridiculously rich, and they seem to be easily getting away with scams on major banks and institutions. So yes, it's easy to point the fingers at the scammers you see here, and yes, they have a moral responsibility of what they are doing, but are they not just an underworld byproduct of a system that white-collar scammers created? I don't know. That's just a theory I'm working with. Do you save much of your money?
Yeah. I'm not scamming long term to be scammed out for the rest of my life. This shit's all like, with anything you do, any hustle, all that's just quick until you move on to your next steps.
Have you ever been almost caught by law enforcement?
You see some skin, you fucked up. Quan.
I'm gonna take the yes.
No.
Pause me think yes.
Think about it, but nah, never.
How much does an IP address come to play with what you do?
It gets deep. That's like your address. I don't know. Like you feel me? That's like your internet address. So.
For most of the things you do you have to obscure your IP address?
Yeah.
Is that difficult to do?
Nah, average person could do it, I'd say.
So it doesn't affect a human at all, you think?
Everybody has committed a scam before in some way. Some people do different types of scams. Some people do insurance. Some people do home scams. You know, it's all different types of scams. I look at it as I'm not taking money from a human. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm that guy for it. You feel me?
Who else you taking it from? Aliens?
We just got a package.
How much money are we talking right there?
17K, bro.
What you're about to see is called punching chicken. Now, punching is lingo in the scam world that refers to the practice of using the dark web to get somebody else's credit card information and doing an online order to punch the item. You can punch chicken, pizza, presumably anything you can buy online. Here's how it went down.
This this is the website that I would buy the cards from to do the punching. Ready to buy cards.
A fake credit card.
A real credit card, but it's just not ours.
And how much money does it have on it?
It depends. I wouldn't necessarily say I know the exact amount.
So you never know, bro.
Give you the ability to check. You can call the bank and you can check how much. But I would just be buying a card based off of the knowledge that I already know. There's something called a BIN. A BIN is a bank identification number. Now, depending on what BINs you have, you might got a card that has thousands on it. You might get a card that has millions on it. There's no telling them.
It's luck of the draw.
Basically, yep.
So these are cards that someone physically stole, like at the gas station. It fell on the ground, they picked it up, they upload it to a website, and then it's sold to a bidder like you, or how does that work?
Basically, yeah, kind of like how you just explained it. I wouldn't necessarily say it comes from people picking them up off of the ground, but more so scammers. They have machines that you can put on, for instance, at the gas station, you can put a skimmer on the machine where the people put their cards into, and then from there, you'll get about 1,000 hits. Now, depending on how many people put their card in that specific machine where you put your skimmer at, that's where all the card information will come from.
I swear to God, man, every gas station I go to, boy, I lift that shit or I yank it, make sure that, and they be on tight, so you gotta do it kind of hard, not hard, but everywhere I go, bro, I stay doing that.
Skimmer also capture your PIN?
Yes, it does.
So if you use a machine that has a skimmer and you type in your PIN, all of a sudden you're wide open.
You're good. You're not getting your up.
You're good though.
Yeah. The thing about, you know, getting captured by a skimmer is if you have the right type of setup with your bank account in terms of two-factor authentication, the bank asking like questions like, was this you that just spent money at Raising Cane's for about $100? You know what I mean? If you have these different types of protocols set up with your bank, then you're less likely to be a victim of fraud.
Basically, right now, you can get free chicken.
I can get free everything right now. Boom. Now we got the money on there. Now I can buy a card.
You can buy social securities off this?
When you buy the cards, depending on how much the card costs, that's why I said certain cards, they range from 20 to 25 all the way up to 30. You can see, look, I'll show you when I refresh.
And I just saw you could buy a Canadian card, you could buy a US card, to the country.
Wow. You can buy from anywhere on the planet. As long as the website has a way to get these cards and put them on their site, then you can get pretty much anything.
Have you ever heard of punching a mule?
Punching a mule?
We spoke to legendary lawyer Bruce Rivers and a man who's a financial
They be doing the YouTube videos.
Crimes expert to get their opinion on the scams you see unfolding in this video. Punching a mule.
No, I've never heard of that.
That's where you apparently acquire someone else's credit card.
But it's like, bro, he be working with both sides, bro. How would he keep everything confident? Like, I don't know.
And you use that to buy free food?
Yeah, there's a lot of schemes going on. There's the skimming that goes on.
He go to the law firm. Yeah, I'm Tommy G. Tommy G? Go look up his YouTube video, then they're found. Everybody who is in his videos.
Like at a gas station, somebody attaches a skimmer. That's actually happened to me. Somebody tried to buy some stuff at a sporting goods store, like $2,000 worth of on my credit card. Then I see the guy in court on the hook for it. I mean, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy that stole my identity. I had to trace it all back. We figured out exactly what pump it was. We figured out exactly where it was. And he had been doing this all over the place. So I saw him in Hennepin County in court. And my thing happened in another county. He was doing it all over the place.
A lot of times what's going to happen is you go to try and do a touch pay. It doesn't work. That's part of the plan. They want you to scan your card. So they actually will have a module, something that's identical looking to the actual card swipe, overlaid. Physically go and try and pull it off. If it doesn't pull off, you're good. If you can go inside and pay the gas station attendant, ideally in cash, avoid this whole digital footprint process, you're going to be a lot safer. You see any sort of fraudulent activity on your account, immediately contact your bank. The sooner that you can contact the authorities, law enforcement, it's going to be much easier to get your money back. When there's delay in space and time, scam, with any sort of financial scam, it's much harder to get your money back.
If you really want to get specific on which one you want to buy, you can type in your BIN, your bank identification number. So I'm going to type in a BIN that I know is going to work. This is a bank called Wings Financial Credit Union. Very, very high-class bank. So when you're doing simple punching for, you know, food and shit, like we talked about, yeah, Kings might take $100 loss today, but that person whose card I'm using, they're getting all their money back, 100% guaranteed.
Well, I've heard people that get scammed and it can take 30 days for them to get the money back in their account. The average American has $1,000 or less in their savings. So if you scam the average American and rent's due, they might not have it because of the scam.
You are right, but in terms of them never getting their money back, I know for a fact that they'll get their money back. Somebody just texted and said he's seen the police. Tommy, somebody just texted him and said the police. Yeah, we gotta get out.
So we're outside of a Cane's Chicken. How often do
You
you
gotta
guys get
get
free
out.
meals like
Them
this?
boys
Every day
go.
I eat free every day. Everything I do is
I mean, shit.
So the customer name is
right. Yes. Thank you. Actually, look. Visa, credit card, ending in 75.
okay.
We'll go over to the website, same card, ending in 75. Can't make this shit up.
Some guy named just lost $50 because some guy got 50 chicken nuggets.
80, and we finna eat good. Okay, I hear the police.
Hear the police? Let's get out of here. After a successful
Bro, the
chicken
police
punching,
on
the
they
fellas
ass,
decided
bro.
to take their
That's what I'm
chicken to a
saying.
warehouse in a secure
Hey.
location so they could eat their chicken in peace.
Alright, bro, we finna get under the
They,
bus and eat.
y'all going around this late. They finna get y'all.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how illegal was that, what we just did?
That's like a 10, because I fully completed it, you know? And
It's like a 10. It was like a 10.
The
Because I
only thing that
fully
makes
completed
it
it.
more secure is that I didn't go in and select the card. So they can't say that I did anything illegal.
If they caught you, what would be the punishment?
You know, it's a white collar crime. I don't think I would get charged with anything really because, like I said, they don't have any proof that I did anything, so they would have to drop the case. If they did want to take full action and give me a punishment, it would probably be anywhere from like 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years?
Just for some shit.
What makes it worth it?
Times hard for everybody right now. So it's like, if you ain't got no money, but you got somebody's card, you get all good. Just the other day, I got good lines like this.
Is it that easy to get away?
I got hell nah.
I'm always in and out. I've never been in a spot and they tried to hold me or tell me, oh, we can't give you what you're paying for, you gotta wait a little bit, you know? But in terms of me going into a restaurant and I swipe a card, say that card declines. I swipe another card, I know they're looking at you weird. Give us a second. Matter of fact, you can't swipe any more cards. Just wait right here for us while we get the system set up, right? While they're getting their system set up, they're really calling the police to tell you like, hey, this guy's in here trying to commit fraud.
So do you even get nervous making a play like this?
Hell no. It's easy, bro. I've been doing this shit since 2017.
Alright, let's see if this is real chicken or scam chicken.
Bitch.
If you could say a message to the CEO of Raising Cane's, what would you say?
Hey, thank you for the chicken. You fed a lot of hungry people tonight.
I guess big dogs gotta eat. Is that necessary for, is that your fork or what is that for chicken? Whoa! I'm gonna see if punch chicken tastes any different. Actually, this is my first time eating Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's.
Oh, that is a chicken tender.
Free food tastes good, don't it?
Ooh, and we got the tan too, people.
Hang on. Yeah, that shirt cold. Shirt cold. Forced.
I had something to change around with the car because we weren't grabbing, the CVV, but we had the code to change that shit around, take care of that. Alright, boss, so the page ready to go? Yeah, for now, once this nigga wake up, motherfuckers probably gonna get this sent out gone today or tomorrow. I'm gonna give his ass a call, wake his ass up.
So, the guy that's sleeping, what role does he play? The guy that's gonna wake up?
So, the guy that sleeps plays a very important role. He's the one that do send-outs. Basically, I can't get into too much detail, but he does send-outs for banks and we're able to access logs that way. The best way I can describe it is a message coming to your phone.
Okay. How hard is it to get your hands on this type of paper?
You can get it. Anybody can get paper like that.
What does it take for this to be legit? Like, is this a tough part of the puzzle, or is this pretty easy part of the puzzle?
One of the easiest parts anybody has access to it.
How many hours a week do you think you work doing this?
I still have fun. I still carry on life. It's probably gonna take hours out of the week. I'll probably save maybe like 10, 15 hours altogether. Most shit is fast.
What makes someone good at this?
Connection. The more connections you have, person has something for everything in every field. There's not just one type of scam to be rich.
Does this profession make you nervous?
No.
Is it risky?
Yeah, for sure. Can't be nervous though.
What's your philosophy on life?
The world is mine. Have fun while you're young.
Is it hard to keep this on the hush? If you're busting big plays, is it hard not to flex it or to talk about it?
Definitely. I'd say that's one of the things. Now I'm getting to the point where I've been doing it for a minute and I don't care anymore. You know, I'm doing so like I won't even post.
What's your specialty?
Have different specialties. You always level up, so I can't say I have like one good specialty, but I can do anything that I want. That's another thing. I think my good specialty is I can figure out whatever I want to learn. Anything.
Were you good at school?
Yeah, I was good at school.
Did you like school?
Yeah, school was fun.
What do you call yourself?
Baby J.
What's your specialty?
I'm good at talking, really. He's good at talking. You feel me? Everybody play different roles. So this is one of my guys right here. He might come to you, ask you a couple questions, or you'll be like, but basically, this right here is a check that I cooked up. This is like a real check that I made a copy of basically. So let me try to show you. This would look like original, and this would look like now. Exact same thing, exact thing. And this right here, the way that I'm doing it, a lot of people don't know how to do it this way.
Check fraud. Printing out fake checks, cashing them at a bank.
What normally happens isn't that the person who's doing the fraud is the one cashing it in. Usually they get some unsuspecting person, oh, I can make you a lot of money, and so they write the check to that person. So there's a middle guy in between, and it's usually the person that's unsuspecting, not thinking that it's a fraudulent check, and all of a sudden they go to the bank and they try to get the cash. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's usually the unsuspecting person, not the person who's behind the scheme.
A check fraud is a complicated situation because one of the biggest ways that you can protect yourself is go to the actual post office itself and mail the check. And I would prefer that you don't even mail checks. I really don't think you should be at this point. It has all your information on it. The more space and more distance you have in terms of the transit that needs to occur with that check, the more risk you're going to have.
What is the
He's telling us every way.
penalty for printing fake checks?
It depends upon the loss amount, typically. If it's, and usually it's a felony because it's forgery.
My man to tell you the way how to do it, and then like, I preferably you not do it at all though.
And theft by swindle. And so if it's under $2,500, it's probation. Each check becomes a felony count in and of itself, and you get enough of those, it can ultimately be a prison sentence. It really does depend upon the value that we're looking at.
And what can this play be worth?
This one right here was $5,400.
That's a lot of money.
It's a piece of paper.
This is just making up a check?
Yeah, it's just me making one.
So you can make any amount you wanted?
Yeah, any amount you want.
Is it going to come out of here?
Yeah, I would imagine.
The bigger you go, the more.
Yeah, once you touch that 10K mark, any scam over 10,000 is where it's serious. So when it gets serious for real. Check forgery isn't so high of a crime.
How much does this printer cost?
It's about like $500.
It's crazy that a $500 printer can turn into thousands and thousands of dollars. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but you guys are kind of making it look like it does. Someone got the original or a copy of a real check, sold it to you online, and you're printing out that version?
That version on your mailboxes. Yeah, so it's two kind of ways to get a check. You can break a mailbox, or there's keys. You can look it up. You can probably find clips of people robbing mailmans to get keys.
In regard to mail carriers, there's been a lot of violence towards them. There's been a lot of robbing of mail carriers and taking the keys that they use in order to open up mailboxes. And there's been all this money put towards these digital defense mechanisms and these electronic keys to use, but that still doesn't necessarily protect the mail carrier themselves. But this applies to everyone. In terms of protecting yourself generally, it's all about not having patterns. For the mail carrier, if you're on a route, just like if I was on a patrol route, if I had the same patrol route, same time, same place every single day, it's easy for that patrol route to be intercepted. Change and vary your patterns. It's called force protection.
What about when someone hits a mail truck, steals the mail keys, and steals checks that way?
Bye-bye. In other words, that's usually done on an inside job basis. Because who's going to steal a mail truck? And know that there are going to be checks on that truck. Probably not too many.
Which is the most risky part of this puzzle?
I say all of the risky part. 9 times out of 10, you guess the most risky part and who has the most important role in this particular style is the person who's getting the checks.
So when you scamming, it's not always like somebody's always we're always the villains. Like, we also helping people because we split the money that
the money we never just running off.
We split it 50-50 with them. Just now, right now, look.
Someone just said, I swear I got evicted, I gotta get back on my feet, and you said, I got you, cuz. Send me ID. Someone's sending you their bank
right now, this is right now, look at the time. This is today, look, this is today.
Some people actually need help, so it's like sometimes
I know people to this day that bring me other people's accounts.
You see how real this look?
Yes.
If you're a big teller, you put that up to the sky, you'll see like, you see me?
Like this is a real one.
This is a real check. Come up and cash this and then get paid for it right now. Actually, they are. Y'all finna see it today.
Damn.
We can only fit so much into a YouTube video. All of this will be available at Patreon only. Highly recommend you check that out. Link is in the description. Would you say this is up there, Miguel, for things you've done?
Top 3 for sure.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not exactly sure what we were about to do, but it feels sketchy. The first scamming video I put out, people are wondering, is this guy for real? Is he scamming us and believing that it's real? But like the casualness in which we're doing some of these things is like,
See what the fuck going on, man. You're cracking accounts, not safe. You are cracking accounts, not safe. It is less dangerous. Do not get killed trying to crack a safe. We crack accounts. Please do not.
So does Minneapolis feel lawless right now?
Certain parts is lawless. I'm not gonna lie, this whole city is known for scamming. That's all. It's like the biggest thing, like even from the politicians.
But I know when they riding, bro, when the camera not on, they probably take the mask.
Other people's parents.
How do the politicians scam?
They're hitting on a lot of shit,
like I know they ain't just running around with them ass.
They're into like the non-profit frauds and shit. Politicians here, all dirty too. They play dirty games. Even the police even play dirty games.
He's not going to mention some of the biggest scams going on. Here's a look at something that's actively happening right now. Here it is.
One of the largest scams in United States history happened right here in Minneapolis. During the pandemic, the Minnesota Department of Education was tasked with overseeing the handout of meals to kids, the needy, and the homeless during the COVID era, and they delegated local supervision to nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. What happened next was a tsunami of swindling. These nonprofits fraudulently claimed to be feeding thousands of kids a day within just weeks of being formed. Not only were literal tons of food wasted, but the fraud ended up costing the U.S. taxpayer about $250 million. As of now, there are dozens of people being indicted and brought to trial, and to this day this stands as one of the biggest scams in U.S. history.
The dirty streets of Minneapolis. Mama doing dope, daddy got no hope. He just scared me. The system scammed us, both our parents. CIA bought dope to the motherfuckers in the city. My daddy, they got him out the way. Ain't trying to pay no child support. It's cool though, bro. And you know what we gonna do? We gonna grind, nigga. This that shit that we love, man. We love making that money, we gonna do whatever it takes to make that money, This shit get wicked out here for real. Yeah, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not gonna say this like I'm the biggest, baddest guy to do this to people and shit. Nah, bro. I just do this to get by people to get hear me.
What percentage of scammers would you say are balling, and what percent of them would you say are actually kind of broke?
There are bullshit scammers. Like, there's always the one main person, then there's the middleman, then there's the middle's middle. It's like a tree. One person passes a card to one person, that person gets passed down to the main person. The main person is the one who splits the money to everybody and decides how much everybody else is going to get. So all scammers are not rich. That's another thing. Like, you can be a scammer and not have a way. Feel me? Like, in scam world, there's always a new scam. That's another thing. And it's about who figures out the scam first.
You can't really say it's too many runners. Like, it's like, you always tell, like, you will scam, you know, runner.
My bro in the corner thinking.
But don't get it confused. I just seen runners turn into bosses. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of runners that became That man, you feel me? So this thing in the scam world getting slimed out too.
What is that?
Slimed out is like, say this man, bro, just did a move, and you like, look, I'm not paying you or who you brought. It's over with. I'm taking a whole bag. That's what I read was talking about karma yesterday. It's karma is a scam war too. I don't know for somebody. Last time I did it's not what I think it's about. It's about wiping it down. That's a whole other step. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like easy. You can't just wake up and come. It's not that easy. Now, it's that easy to do basic shit, but it gets deeper than that. It can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. It just depends on how you break your move. You gotta stay consistent too. You gotta stay consistent with anything you do.
Alright, you're filming.
I'm gonna show y'all some box action.
Scammers operate in a climate of deceit. You see, fraud is a game of smoke and mirrors. These guys ran off with the camera to presumably make an ATM play, and what I saw on the tape left me questioning reality.
That's some great footage. See the police?
Where you guys see him? Of course, you guys were out there for like fucking 20 minutes in ski masks and glasses.
We were. We had a little technical.
You guys was out there for like 20 fucking they flexing, making videos. Bro, you ain't thinking about moving around first.
You'll see the car start locking them. But sometimes the car will lock up and then it gives you like fraud alerts, which the person has to confirm on the phone.
You guys were skied up with glasses the whole time in front of a bank?
Like, you gotta be.
How is that not, like, do you guys feel like you guys were out there for way too long?
Time limit. And what can they possibly do for real?
One of the things that comes to mind is what we are seeing, is that even real? And what makes me think it is real is that they took 20 minutes outside of this van, they got fraud alerts on their phone. If they were just taking money from their own account, it would have been in and out in a minute or two. But this also brought up more questions.
Now, remember earlier in the episode when I was talking about the sense of nihilism that I have noticed in Gen Z? When they do things like this, their nihilism can come off as quite sinister. I mean, scamming people, banks, grandmas, restaurants, it's pretty crazy. But what I think is the source of all this nihilism is a lack of hope. And why I think a lot of Gen Z has no hope. I mean, this is the first generation in American history that's projected not to do better than their parents. These kids have inherited this world where they can't afford anything. The food, the housing, the college, all of it is sky high. And the people making the rules, their government, is this lazy, lousy bunch of bureaucrats that openly cheat all of the time. So a lot of these kids, I think, have just said, F it. The world is fake, the world is a scam, and I'm gonna scam the world. I'm gonna get mine for myself at any means necessary. I'm gonna cheat the system that I feel cheats me.
But what do I know? I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm...
I think that's tweaked.